What you want, what you need, tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver, I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest, though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely my best.
Okay, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Tonight, the stage is set for our final Thursday night game of the year between the Cleveland Browns and our home team. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. He's got his man on the crossing route. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
1st down, Browns.
Good. 180. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 51, Mike. Mike 51.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
And the Browns 1st down.
Good. 180. Alert, alert. Alert, alert. Hurry, hurry.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
A nice run here early on. Take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
We got. 25. Check 25. Regular. Alert, alert. Alert, alert. 51 to Mike, boy. 51. Too little, Hey, exit. Mike, 51.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Okay.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Set, 180.
Let's go.
King.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. He's checking. He's
6-6. Pull it high.
check three. Share.
Hurry. Watch out.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Mike 56.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mayfield stepping up. He'll try and run. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Someone west.
Check 26.
SOS. Hey, alert 33.
SOS.
Hurry.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And Lambeau will put this one through. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Sunday.
Watch the eye.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Let's go. Great. 81.
55's Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wentz looking left side, and it's complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, Got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So that'll back him up 5. Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
You don't want none. 31's the mic.
Let's make these babies cry. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And Jennings has it. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, saying, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. I'm coming. I'm coming.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
I can't believe they let you play.
Sunday.
Let you play. Mike 55.
Working from the gun, Wentz. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the 2nd drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand. And a really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the
whole thing.
I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
The Browns drive about to get started as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
33.
51, Mike. Mike 51.
And let's pin the mirror. Pistol.
Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And a quick throw here. That's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. First down, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
51 the mic, boy. 51. Hurry. We own it.
Now Mayfield. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Desmond King there on the coverage.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 12-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
King.
56 is Mike. 56 is the mic.
Check that. Hey, box truck.
Mayfield on first down. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is now 10-3. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got.
He's got it with the 15. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Extra point attempt to follow here. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
50 seconds to Mike.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Sponge. No. Real.
Check.
49. Check 49. What?
Working out of the gun. Mayfield buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down. He's got a man. Complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 33 yards that time.
Let's go, baby.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
From the gun, Mayfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Landry, the intended target. The Charger drive about to get going. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. Nope. Guaranteed the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it?
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Wentz going to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
56 to Mike.
Bravo.
Check 56. All day, dog. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Shotgun now for Wentz. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And Woods has it. Good play. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
A 54-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they will take the lead at 13-10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Charger drive about to get going.
65.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Get him.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
56.
Hey, come on,
Now on 2nd and 13. Wentz nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very low.
56. I'm coming. Mike 56.
Now Wentz. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 42. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. To throw is Wentz. Incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Hey, Mike 7.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Following the interception, Mayfield. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Throwing, Mayfield, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. To try again after the sack, Mayfield. Going down the middle, and it's complete. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Watch the safety creep. Hey, alert 33.
Mayfield with a quick fire to Landry. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. From just shy of midfield, Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Looking for Woods that time, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position, and sometimes if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away, and that's exactly what happened there.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the 1st half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. And he finds a man on a crossing route. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Run. Check 13. 51, Mike 51. Cut. Check that.
And again, it's Chubb. And he is fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be taken very short. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
That's how we do it. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats. Man, 5-7.
Mike, 56, right there. 56.
After the sack on first down, Wentz, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Win 5-3. Win 5-3.
Watch the block. Motion. Pop. Switch.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Greystone, travel.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Hey, kill. Hey, 4-2, kill.
What we got? Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Throwing now is Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Wentz will try again on 2nd down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Mike's 56. It's our field.
To throw is Wentz. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get up. 56.
Wentz to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. That's complete. It's Gordon. That goes for a gain of 31.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into 1st down and then some. Now wins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play.
56.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Wins. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
An opening for Chubb on first down as he dashes forward for about 7. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. They run it again with Chubb. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Watch your slant. Watch your slant. Watch your slant. Check 43.
Alert, 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 alert.
Watch your ship. Hey, watch your ship. Watch your ship. Check 99.
X3, 218, chopper.
Check 50. Ship. You go tight.
Regular.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
A run with Chubb on first down, not going to be a good one. He won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 29-yard line.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume a single calorie.
I appreciate that. What you missed is me going to the concession stand outside of your eyesight and getting it done that way. Look, I mean, they were serving the good stuff. I had to do it.
Oh, man, but you're svelte, in good shape, but you cheated a little bit. We'll let it slide.
I appreciate that. Always a pleasure to work with you.
So for Cleveland, their hopes of a 500 season stay alive as they move to 7-8 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll be guaranteed a finish of no better than 500.